Hello, and welcome back. It is once again time for some Myst 3 Exile. Last we left off, we went to visit our friend Atris, and then some dude showed up, set fire to his tapestry, and took off with a book. We chased after him. And, we chased the man to this, like, training age. It's an age that Atris, wrote. I believe he wrote it. At the very least, he used it to kind of train his two sons in like the importance of civilization for an age and whatnot. And he had them, a bunch of puzzles set up, and there were like 3 ages that had linking books in this one age. You had to solve puzzles to get to the books, to then go through those the ages, those 3 ages, solving puzzles all along the way to get a drawing that you would then use to, like, open up the final puzzle thing, to complete the final puzzle, to then leave that little training age. But this Saavedro guy, as we find out, has altered the puzzles, and his plan was to lure Atris here and have Atris solve, go through this whole little school, as it were, and all along the way pick up notes from Saavedro, learning about how his 2 sons were horrible little people and did terrible things to Saavedro's people. However, Atris is not the one who chased after Saavedro. We are. We're the ones. And so it's kind of feels really awkward whenever because we get recordings of him here and there directing his talk towards Atris, thinking that Atris would be the one going through all these puzzles and seeing these messages, but we're not Atris. We're just some guy who happened to be there. And yeah, it feels real awkward. It's like, this would be really great if Atris were the one watching these. I'm sure. I mean, Atris already has, at this point, chronologically, already realized that his sons were kind of terrible people, and maybe killed them, or maybe just destroyed the prison books that he trapped them in, and thus they are trapped for all eternity. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's ever expounded upon, but at least in the games, it's never mentioned really. He's just dealt with them. So that's what we got going on. We've been through 2 of these ages, and now we're about to enter the 3rd. Let me just take a quick look. What was it called? Amateria, I believe. Yeah, Amateria. We went to Voltaic, and we went to Idana, and now we're going to Amateria. Oh, and the main age where you branch off into these other 3 ages is Jinanin. Let's get to it here. Yeah? This is where we left off. And we've got, of course, two drawings, 2 sketches for this symbol that we need to get to the book that will lead us to Narayan, because that's where Saavedro went. That's the book that he stuck in the centerpiece there that we're trying to unlock. We've also got Saavedro's journal, as well as a little journal from Atris, which Atris gave to us as like a little precursor to us going to his new world that he wrote, Relation, which is the book that Saavedro stole and now has with him in Narayan. So we gotta get to Narayan to get Relation, to get that back to Atris. Yeah. Amateria. Here we go. A lovely little age with lots of water. It's the, is this game? I don't know, it sounds kind of loud to me. At least in that moment of transition. But yeah, this world of, like, I don't know, pinball? Or whatever. Okay, so we can see that there is a symbol here that we gotta view. We need to view from somewhere else. There's also these panels, which can be set in or out. There seems to be 3 of them. 3 sets of those panels. So, only path open to us is this one. Currently. Yeah, we gotta keep an eye out for... Well, there's a book back to Jinanin if we needed to. There is a puzzle in this age, as I recall, that requires information that you get on Jinanin. So if you needed to go back to Jinanin to be like, what was that hint there? Let me figure that out. You can go back and check on that. But it's basically a 4-to-1 math puzzle. 4-to-1, 4-to-1. Oh, there's like a staircase here. But yeah, we gotta keep an eye out for notes. For Saavedro's notes. We got this nice music. Svedro keeps leaving notes lying on the floor here and there throughout the ages. Basically parts of his notebook, like pages of his notebook that he ripped out and just laid on the ground. So that his story would be one that you'd have to piece together throughout the ages, rather than just reading all at once. Got an elevator here. Not sure why you chain the lantern to the floor as well as the ceiling. Doesn't seem necessary to me, but what do I know? Huh. Well, that lantern's gone. There's a ladder. Stone ladder here. Oh, another mural. Oh boy. Let's get a look at this. Seems to be Cirrus and Aknar laughing as the people revolt against this man, possibly Svedro. Yeah, Cirrus and Aknar. Not nice people. Really, really terrible. Terrible people. Got some sort of a swirly-doo mechanism going on. Oh. Okay, well, it's initially set to this. We'll leave that alone. So I believe this changes how this kind of reacts or something, or no, I think it like alters the path so that the orb will go down one chute, then it'll, instead of just going across, it might rotate it so that it goes like over that way or whatever. Are they all set to the same? No, this one's different. So yeah, we got a puzzle here, a ball puzzle. We gotta figure out the correct path for the orb to take. And it does seem to have associated sounds. So sound may be important. That looks a little dilapidated. In need of repair. I'm surprised I haven't found any notes so far. Maybe they're up the, like, the ladder or the elevator. Who knows? Kind of lever. We got something, some device here. And the slide doesn't move. Pull the lever. Woo. Oh, we got some pegs. Oh no. Just push some pegs in. Well, that didn't work. Okay. Interesting. So it comes along, and then what is it like? It like lands in one of these two or something. Let's try placing that there. Let's see how this goes. Little peg puzzle. So it lands there. So that means we're rotating like all the way around. And that's not gonna work. Okay. So that's no good. So if we put a peg here, it'll rotate like what, once and then launch to here. We want it to eventually end up, what is that? Here? That's where we want it to end up. At the very end. So in order to get there, thunder. Ew. I don't know, we'll figure this out, I guess. Just toss those there. See how this goes. Bit of trial and error. Rotate once. Launch. Twice. Okay. Interesting. So I definitely think that might be the way to go. We'll launch it into here. Then we'll want it to... So if we rotate it then... 1, 2... That would launch it here. We launch it 1, 2, but then we won't be able to get it all the way back around because that you can't put it in the bottom there. So we want it to rotate at least 3, which means you'd have to rotate for 5. So I'll have to rotate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would launch it to here. Ooh, but will that just be an open hole? Let's see.
that might be an open hole. Oh no. Alright, if it's not, then we need it to rotate 1, 2. Like that. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, it rotates to the right. Okay, that's what happened. Instead of rotating 5 times, it rotated once. Silly me. Let's try that. Yeah, that one goes straight to the hole. Oh shoot. Okay, well it's stiff. Well actually, maybe it's not the first. Because that kind of locks us into... One movement is going to go through a hole. 2 movements would land us here, but then we would need to rotate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can't rotate that much from there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're not supposed to start with 1 then. So he lands here. 1's not going to work. We could try 2. No, we can't. We can try 3. Right? Land it there. Then that would launch it over here. Then we could rotate 1, 2, 3. Should put that there for now. If we rotate 1, 2, 3, hold up. 2, 3. No, we need 4 at least to land on a thing, and then we would need 1 more. So I think that should do it. Over 2, 3, 4. Drop into that thing. And rotate once. Go through the hole. And off it goes. Nice. Ooh. One section of a bridge. Interesting. And we've got a pattern. Little B. And 1, 2, 3. Let's go try that. It's like a little B. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Down we go. Little B. 1, 2, 3. It'll be 1, 2, 3. Oh, look.
The memories flood over me too fast. They race around inside my head, filling my soul with despair. And the more I think about how nothing can be done, how no one can be alive outside his shield, the faster the fog rushes in. I can lose myself in the fog. When it's thick enough, I can let go and be safe. I can start to forget. But I must not forget. I must remember every lie they told my people. How they manipulated us all to get what they wanted. They told me they had come to fix my world. They asked me to arrange a meeting with the elders. The books they carried in with them showed other worlds, beautiful places where people didn't have to work so hard to survive. They told my people that Atreus had written these books, that he had written Narayan, but that he'd made our world unstable. They said he wanted to make us slaves to the tree. They asked me, "Don't you remember, Savidro? Our father wrote this world to teach us, to show his sons what an age shouldn't be." I don't know what to say. I don't know how it could be true. But why would they lie? Why would Atreus have lied? The worlds they showed us in those books. The elders refuse to believe them. They say we cannot abandon the tree. For thousands of years we have tended the lattice roots. Without our traditions, we will die. I don't want us to die. I don't. But Cirrus and Akinar said. They said they would come back. Savidro, just like Atreus once said to you as well. He said he would come back, but then he didn't. He didn't. And for that, you will have to make him pay.
Whew. Oh. That sound. Oh. Ah. Let's try the little B 1, 2, 3. Ah! Yep. I was like, did it not work? No, it did. Wonderful. So now we still need another code to input. And that looks like where that bridge probably gets pulled up. Goes back to Jananin. Jananin. Amateria Voltek Narayan. Let's use the elevator. Oh boy. Yup. So we've got this. It seems to be mostly wood with one glass. Looks like that one slides down around here and pulls this end down. Let's go down. Let's have a look at things. Mostly wood with like one glass. Is that? I'm just not sure if we've seen the entire orb. So it could be 1/4 glass or maybe 2/4 glass or something. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
we just don't change anything. Ah, we can move the pivot point. So that's interesting. Alright, let's see what happens. Just base. Knocks that orb down. And then it just shatters right there because it's too heavy at that point. Huh. And if I move the pivot point... Oh, that's gonna... it's the opposite of what I wanted. Isn't it? Let's see what happens. Still seems to be too heavy.
Gotta make sure I don't miss anything.
Little shack. Okay. Got 2 glass, we've got 2 wood. I don't know, what if I just put 2 glass on there? See, oh, you know what? Hold up, what if I just put 1 glass? Oh, and then 2 wood, and that's not enough. Because we would need a 3rd wood. This is like the counterbalance that we're weighing down. Okay, so if we think about this in terms of weight of wood, right? 1 glass quarter equals 4 wood quarters. Right? So that would be like... And we need a glass quarter, which would be... So that's 4. We need a total of 7 wood quarters. We need a total of 7 wood quarters. Right? Now, if that's 4... 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, so one of these is way too much, right? But 2 of those would be 7. So how do we do this? That is curious. Unless there's something more to that orb. Is there any way we can get a better look at it? I mean, even putting 1 metal quarter is just too much. It's just insanely too much. Right? Like, there's no way to rotate it. We just see 1 glass quarter. And the rest of it's wood. If we assume, let's assume that there are 2 glass quarters, like the whole orb is 1 quarter glass instead of an 1/8, right? Then that would be 8. Well, but no, because then we could easily do it with just 2 glass and 2 wood, right? Oh.
Oh, you know what? We get. Of course, leveraging is going to change things. Right? Leveraging is going to change things. So, if we leverage it properly, I don't know. Let's try putting 2 glass and leaving it leveraged in favor of the. In favor? No. Let's just put 1 metal. And we'll leverage it in favor of the other orb. See how that goes. So instead of favoring our orb down there in the shack, yeah, you can see that it's kind of attached there. Okay. I'm gonna leverage it in favor of this orb. See what happens. No. This one's too heavy. Okay. So 1 metal is not enough. Then I guess we can try 2 metal, which I'm sure will be too much. But at least we can confirm. And we can kind of try to find the middle ground, right? Okay, yep. As expected, too heavy. Alright. Is 2 glass still too heavy? Because that is a lot of weight. Hold on. No, because that's like 2 glass is half of a metal. That's fairly incremental. That's also too heavy, yeah. Yeah, it does seem... I like that 1 metal. Well, with the leverage, though. Yeah, so it does seem like that's just 1/8 glass. That orb. Try this. If that ends up being still too heavy, then we can just add a wood or 2. Yeah, that's too heavy still. Alright. So we can't go much heavier than 1 metal. try 2 wood. If that's still too heavy, then it should just be 1 metal, 1 wood, right? And that'll do it.
Success.
Time for our imaging machine. Oh, there's the second bridge. Yep. Okay, we've got our little
Hero Man.
got the top, bottom, and this like bridge. Okay. Should be simple enough to remember.
Let's go.
Back to the tile thing. Oh. Oh, are you kidding me? B.
Da B.
Gotta do that every time. So they really want you to write these down then. I mean, I have them written down, but we'll see if I can just memorize them. The Bee and the Muscle Man. So far. Just to make sure, like, after solving that puzzle, there wasn't just, like, suddenly notes. Because it felt like after solving the previous puzzle, there was just suddenly notes there. Or maybe I just overlooked them. I don't know. Alright. Let's go to the ladder then, I guess. Here we go. So, whoops. So here's the tracks. Notes, notes, no notes. But we can walk along this track. There's the symbol of Idana. Ah. Here's this puzzle. So we're gonna have to set those up in a specific pattern. Revolving around these things, yeah. Let's see what happens base. Oh boy. Oh, the orb just disintegrated, I guess.
Oh, wait. Wait. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. We gotta pay attention to what each of these happens to do. Because these barriers, they'll disintegrate the orb. So we gotta see how they're all lit up. That means they're currently all activated. So we gotta figure out what these buttons activate. And then figure out how to reorient this. So this first button. Second button, third, fourth. Second, third, fourth. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Yeah? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So if that's the first one that deactivated, we need this one to deactivate first. That much we know. So we need to swap this one. Since that's the one that activated last, definitely needs to activate here. Swap that one to there, and swap this one to there. And then we'll move from there. So whatever this one's set to, that's what that one needs to be set to. And whatever that one's set to is what this one needs to be set to. Yeah. Yeah. This needs to go there, that needs to go there. We'll figure the rest out after that. At least we'll have the start and end set up. Okay, so that one. What are you set to? You're set to upper left. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Hold up. Get my bearings. You need to be that. Crap. Was this one set to this? I think so. Yeah, that makes sense because it's basically the orb's gonna come in, it's gonna activate this switch, then this switch, then this switch, then this switch, then this switch. So if this is the first gate, it needs to be set to number 1. And the last gate needs to be set to the last. And since this is definitely the last gate, it needs to be set to last. So now here's the question. So if it goes through here, it's gonna roll around. And it's likely to head this way. Right? So this one needs to be set to second, yeah? Roll up here. Go straight across. This one should be third. Likely to go this way. To the to the fourth. And then that should be all of them, yeah? Because then it loops over this way to end it off. Wait. Wait. I don't know. We'll see what happens. See how this goes. Ladder here. Lot of screens to go through. Right. Hopefully I've set it up correctly. Not too sure. Definitely got the first one. Second one. Third. Fourth. And fifth. Hey! Woo! Alright, so far, patterns for the hexagons is be strongman. Let's see what we got next. Double arch. Double arch. Okay. Starting from this corner, going 3 diagonal, 1 over, little arch. Okay. Oh.
Focus, Savedro. You must not let the fog come and swallow you. There are long spells, I think, days, maybe months at a time when I can remember what I've done. The fog rolls so thick around me. Even if I hold my hand in front of my eyes, I barely see it. I strain and strain and strain, but nothing sticks. I think his sons came to visit us twice. On Narayan. The first time, Atrist asked me to meet them. He told me they would come through the book. He says they will not understand how your world fits together, but they will use them to open the shield. Narayan, he says, is where their lessons come together. Narayan is the sum of what they must learn. I remember. Tamra was carving a spirit mask into the tree the day the boys arrive. She tugs my sleeve and gets attention, points at a glide ship in the sky. I'm shocked by how young the boys appear. They look so much like their father, yet they are different somehow, too. They're more impatient, and they're angry not to be treated like men. I take them to our home. I tell them I will teach them how to care for it. I say, together we will encourage the lattice tree to grow tall. They ask me why they have to work so hard. They tell me, no, Savidro, that was later. That was after Atrist took them away. You know this because you see them saying these things. They are older. Their faces have become angled and hard. They have grown up into men, and something dark is in their eyes. They tell you they've come back to fix Narayan.
Well, be strongman double arch.
That's the code. That's the code.
Let's get back to where we need to go. To that central location. Yeah, the puzzles of Myst 3 aren't too difficult. Although I think this one's probably the most difficult of them. Of the 3 Asians. Takes a bit more math going on. I think it's the middle. Yeah. we got the double arches. Boom. Nice. Ooh. Okay. Going up to platforms now. Got a chair. Kind of. That doesn't look very comfortable, but... Hello? Boop. Ah.
This morning I woke up and I couldn't picture Tamara's face. Little line at the corner of her lip that pulls her whole mouth down when she smiles, the flutter in her eyelashes. I tried so hard to picture her in my mind, put her down on paper as if that might bring her back. I couldn't do it. Atris, I'm not you.
It's been decades, and he has forgotten the face of his wife. So, Up we go. Hey, where are we going?
Okay, so we've got lights. Okay, so we know... the first puzzle we solved was that one. So we want to go to green first, right? We want to go from the center... From the center, right? To the green? Oh, we got... So that's green. That's blue. That one's yellow. We want to go green to yellow to blue for sure. And I guess we want to start at red. Start it. Does red start here? Right there. That's the question. Does it go like this? Or does it go like this? I'm not sure. Because if it goes like this... No, it's gotta start here, right? Actually, it can't. Okay, so we start here, and that's where it exits. That's what it enters. Right? So we want to start here and go... How do we end up here? Go like this. That'll get us... No. Only one way, and that's from down here. Hold up. Getting somewhere. Okay, there we go. And then we want to end up going through here, yes. And we want to... Wait a minute. Okay, so we're coming out here. We want to end up there. We want to come out here. We want to go... Do you want to go there? Okay. And then, yeah? Yeah, right, because that's where we get spit out. Yeah. Hopefully, that works. I think that's the only way. Okay. Gonna try it. See what happens. Bye-bye. That it? Oh, wait. Was I not supposed to... Hold up. Don't think I was supposed to pull that lever.
Don't tell me it reset the puzzle.
Because it looked like it did. It did. Ah, why would you do this? Wasn't there a way to... Yeah, like that. To loop us. No? Well, I know we want this to go across here to then spit out of here. I want that to go okay, we want to go this way, up here, down here, down there. Yeah, I think that's just double check. Shwoomp, shwoomp, shwoomp. Okay. Oh yeah, we can test it. Oh. Wait a minute. We want to end up at red? Okay, so we want to end up at red, which means... Do we actually want to go from green? Okay, what happens if I put one down on here? It goes through that thing. Goes to red. Interesting. Green ends up going to red. So that is where it exits. This is where it enters. This is where it exits. Okay. Well, in that case, we should have this from the reverse, right? If we go... So it goes in here, comes out there. So if it goes in to yellow, comes out... No, if we start blue, right? Goes in here, comes out, goes in, goes out, goes in, goes out, goes in. Yeah.
Here we go! Now we are the orb. Oh, jeez. Get me off this crazy thing! Ah! Oh, here we go! Oh! Oh! Knock that thing! Okay, well, everything's going fine so far. Okay, alright. Okay. Oh boy. Here we go. Rotate around. At least we set these up all proper beforehand. There we go. Got the bridges. Look, it's a symbol thing. I'm free! Freedom! Oh. We got our third and final symbol. Okay. Back to Janani then. Well, that certainly was a ride, huh? But
We completed all those puzzles.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, is this one? Yeah, watch the bottom there. See how it does the little symbol thing? Nifty. Now we have a bridge. Hi.
You've done well, my sons, but there's still one task ahead of you. The linking book you see here connects to an age called Narayan. It's a very delicate age, where civilization has emerged in response to the world's imbalances. It's also the first inhabited age I'm sending you to alone. But don't be afraid. The knowledge you've acquired here will show you the way in. Use it and see all that Narayan has to offer.
But of course, it turns out that Circe and Aknar had some not so nice plans for it. I will shake. Boop. But here's Naraya. Time to see all it has to offer, as Atreus said. And this world has quite the So we've got all these symbols. Each symbol means a word. Right? And there are so many words. I have them all written down in my notebook. Got them all written down. I wrote down every single one of these things. First time I was playing this. But, got some contraptions here. We've got some, like, shield bubbles. We got some plants here. Wow. Got this switch. Doesn't want to work with us. So, I guess we go up the stairs. Yeah. Cutscene time? With his grand entrance, and then you can...
What? You're not.
Yeah.
Where is he? Look, I know he's here. I have his book. So where is he?
Well, you see, I jumped in and
He didn't come.
I haven't seen him.
I take relation from him, and he sends you instead. Idiot. You actually thought this would work. You thought that you could force him into coming here, fixing things? Why? Why would he rewrite Narayan? Because of your messages? Because of your paintings? Look at your world. Look at what's left of it. When are you gonna get it through your thick skull that you do not matter to him? No one could be alive out there. No one.
Hi.
We're stuck here, you know. The linking book back to Chinanan is gone. Left behind when I linked out of Atreus' study. And as for getting in to Narayan, look around you. This chamber is the only way in. And Atreus installed some kind of shield, and I have never been able to get past it. Not once in all these years. So you're just as stuck here as I am. At least until I open this book and I show Atreus what it's like to watch your friends and relatives die.
Now, hang on. Now, hold up. Wait, no, hold up there.
If you do find a way out of here, I suggest that you think very carefully about using it. Because the one thing I know about linking books, the doors they open don't close behind you.
Uh-huh. Hey, please don't use that book and destroy, Atreus' new world. Maybe. Hey, Hey, Savitro. Hey, maybe we could work together, you know? No? Okay. What's this do? I hear a hum. Well. Guess we will save. Have a look around. Now we got some humming going on. Ooh. Guess we got power. Oh boy. We need 3 symbols here. Right? And then this one. Needs 1. Interesting. It's not. Oh, because. No, it is. What? Not sure why I couldn't adjust that one. Well. Right. Gotta route the power. Let's just double check. Is there nothing else? Chaos! Nothing else around here? There's one tapestry that's been destroyed. Well, so I happen to know that the clue to this puzzle is in Atris's book. It's something about 3 things that a world needs, or something like that. Ah, here we go. I think this is the page. So,
It has taken me some time, but I may have found my anchor. It came to me as I was considering what I know about the survivors of Danae. We've seen so much tragedy in our lives, from the destruction of the city to the suffering and loss of loved ones due to plague and deprivation. Yet even in the midst of these adversities, my kinsmen and I have found the strength to keep going. We have tapped into our individual strengths and transformed ourselves into something much stronger. It is a characteristic I have seen in several of my ages, whenever I focused my writing on the inherent energy sources in a world. Long ago, grandmother taught me that no life, no possibility for life in an age exists without the presence of energy. By tapping into its latent energy sources, an age moves out of stasis. It grows, transforms, and develops. Energy is the underlying fuel that empowers all activity. To put it more simply, energy powers future motion. Yet, as grandmother also liked to remind me, energy is in an age takes on diverse forms. Each one has strengths and weaknesses of its own. How many forms will this new age contain? Which type will be its dominant theme? Tomorrow I will link back to Mist, and from there revisit several of my ages. Perhaps in my old worlds I will discover new ideas.
So, energy powers future motion seems to be, like, in bold. And, oh yeah, and another thing that we can look at
is to see if we can get it farther away. See what these match to. So like this one seems to have nature, but also something else. It's got like this circle and this kind of like half circle there with the two little triangles. Doesn't seem to be here, but perhaps on one of these two. There. Encourage. Nature encourage. We have. And there's also this like water droplet circling into jumped in here. So that's future. Future is one of them. Why? Just weird. Okay, motion future. Motion future. So we have nature. Encourage, wasn't it, right? Yeah, encourage. Nature encourage, motion future. Nature encourage, motion future, and then we got this like apple. Yeah, shit. Change. Yeah, that definitely seems to be one of them. Change. Nature encourage, motion future, change. Change what? Change force. Nature encourage, motion future, change force. I mean, it's possible that maybe nature, motion, and change? I don't know. We got motion, future, energy, future, and motion. Oh, what is energy? That's energy. Motion and future are in here, right? Because we got. It was no, it was change. Change force. And we did have motion future, right? It was yeah, motion. Definitely. Motion future. Oh, so motion and future are both a part of this one here. But energy isn't a part of any of them. Interesting, interesting. Let's read on.
I had almost forgotten how painful it is to revisit Mist. In the 10 years since my sons Cirrus and Aknar left me trapped on Kavir Island and burned so many of my books, Catherine and I have rarely linked back. I told myself we were always too busy, first with writing ages like Averone, then with searching the ages of Denis for survivors. I always said we would spend more time on Mist eventually, The truth is, I have been avoiding the age. Seeing the island in its current condition ignites such anger and grief. I'm immediately reminded of the betrayal of my sons, as well as the cruelty and greed with which they plundered my ages. I know I am partly responsible for these acts. I constantly wonder if there were something I could have done to reach out to the boys before... Enough! Nothing can change the tragedies of the past. Like my Denis kinsmen, I must salvage what is best and move on. Perhaps in the process I will find forgiveness and hope. Once again I am back on Mist Island. Having completed a lengthy sojourn through several of my ages, the trip itself was not as inspiring as I had hoped. The Selentic Age was especially disturbing, but has it not always been so? The very first time I linked to the age, its uninhabited landscape was shaking with tremors. At the time, I felt it was because the energy of the age was unfocused, as if it were at war with itself. Stability finally came, but even after it did, I never truly felt comfortable there. I missed the more natural balance of ages like Channelwood. Perhaps that is the lesson to take home with me. The Denis, too, have faced much turmoil in their history. Their lives have been unsettled enough. Perhaps I should be striving to offset the energy that already exists within our civilization by providing it with a more stabilized environment in which to grow, an environment in which the natural equilibrium of the world serves as a counterpoint to the upheavals of civilization. The more I consider it, the more I wonder if I should make nature the foundation of this new age. Worlds like Channelwood attain equilibrium quite easily, primarily because of one reason. Nature encourages mutual dependence.
And that's also in bolded.
As one life withers and dies, it provides nourishment so that another might live. Plants become food for other animals, and the waste products animals cannot absorb become nutrients to sustain the other plants. So long as nothing intrudes to upset this balance, nature can maintain itself indefinitely. An interesting metaphor to set as an example for my people. I think I will confer with Catherine on this subject. Her ages always exhibit symbiosis more dramatically than mine. Perhaps she should help me write this new age.
Okay, real quick. So let's take a look at energy, future, motion, right? Energy, future, motion. So energy is this. Let's see if we can replicate energy. And I will go ahead and actually pull out my notebook because I've written down every single one of these Narayan words. That way I won't have to keep looking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Where was it? Energy. There it is. So, the other question is, which is the starting point? I'm going to assume energy, future, motion. Try it. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, these are 4 words each, aren't they? Are they? Are they? Oh, yeah, they must be. Right? Oh, no, maybe not. Let's... No, it must be. It must be, because energy, right? So if I were to say... I wouldn't say maybe that. I think maybe this one, since it starts here. See, energy is like this. Oh,
actually, it goes like that. See, that would be energy. But we need 4 words each. I mean, it's either that, or what we need to do is those 3 H's, right? These 3. But the thing is, the H only have 2. But maybe they will kind of connect from one to the center. Just gotta pick the right ones. I don't know. But this one doesn't fully connect. I don't know. We'll try this, right? So this one, nature. See, like, see, how did I work that in? I don't know. See, because they're always like complete opposite, and these 2 symbols only go like halfway around. Now I could combine 2 of these. Right? Like this into, let me just double check that future. There it is, motion, yeah. Oh. Like that. Yeah. Man. Okay, I do. Okay. So yeah, in my journal, I don't actually have the solution to this puzzle. I just have written down Atris's journal holds the key, and then an arrow going in, in a clockwise direction. So really just Atris's journal holds the key, and it goes in this direction. So I don't know that these, I don't think these are the answer. It's definitely something to do it's gotta be... Oh, you know what? So, Atrus's journal. We need like 12 words here. But, his journal says energy powers future motion, right? So, what if I put in energy, power, future, motion, right? Let's try it. Let's find energy in here. So that one, I think, does it, or does it just go here? I think, yeah, because we got this on this side. So there's energy. Power is like, whoops, this, and then future, there it is. And then we motion. Where is motion? There it is. So that's motion. Energy, power, future, motion. They do all kind of connect in here, and they connect here and here. But I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to go energy, power, future, motion? I don't know. Because this seems like it has to be on this left side, right? Power. Because otherwise it wouldn't actually, like, connect to the others. Like, if this was up here, it would connect here, and then just loop around up here, but it wouldn't ever connect to this circle. It would only connect to this circle, and this bit here. I don't know. Maybe we need to activate, or figure out all three of them in order for something to happen. Let's look into Atrus's journal for another thing. So obviously then, he said something about nature. Nature encourage mutual dependence. So let's see about that. We know we have nature is, and I think encourage is in here. Yeah, encourage is in here. Mutual, let's see. Mutual. I'm not sure that mutual is one. There it is, mutual. Okay, so nature, encourage, mutual, dependence. Dependence, yep, that's one. Oh, and just to show you what I'm looking at here, I've got them written down with what word corresponds to what symbol here. And then here's my note. Atrus's journal holds the key. Though, oh yeah. So you'll have to forgive me. My camera is reversed. So what you're seeing is the reverse of what is actually
written in my journal. I did not write all the words completely backwards, like mirrored image. It's just my camera that's mirrored. But yeah, so nature, encourage, mutual dependence. Time to put that in here. So that means nature should be down here then. Right? And this goes zoop, zoop, bop. Nature. Encourage. Where were you? There you were. Oops. Encourage mutual, which looks like this. Mutual dependence. There it is. Oh, neat. It's like this, but rotated. Like that. Okay. Nature, encourage mutual dependence. Question is, what's the next 4 words?
I am so tired I can barely think right now, but I will force myself to stay focused, for I have not written anything in days. The moment I linked back to Denis, I was besieged with requests for my assistance. Master Timon wanted to consult over which stone cutters were worth salvaging, and did I think the rock in this new age would be difficult to sound? Oma and Essel needed my opinion about a new history they had uncovered. Should they hold off on starting its translation, or would paper supplies be scarce in the new age? There were so many questions needing answers, I barely had time to see Catherine. She, of course, laughed at my dilemma, saying that I had no one to blame but myself. After all, I was the one who encouraged the Denis to start over. Naturally, they would look to me to keep them moving in the right direction. Unless some other force stopped in to change that view. Her words made me realize a fundamental principle I had thus far been ignoring. All this time I have been debating whether to make energy or nature the underlying framework for this age. But there is another equation to consider. An age based solely on the future motion of energy will face constant upheavals, most likely at the cost of tranquility. And an age based solely on the mutual dependence of nature can become so balanced over time it may cease to tolerate change. Yet to continue to grow as people, Denis civilization needs both, occasional upheavals followed by periods of balanced stability. I have seen such situations occur naturally on several of my ages. Each time it was because I centered the writing around some dynamic force that I had decided to make prevalent in the age. Such forces allow the balance between forward motion and mutual dependence to fluctuate. As one concept takes precedence, the other recedes into another force, or until another force surfaces to change things. As Catherine's insightful comment reminded me, dynamic forces spur change.
So let's find dynamic. We know forces in here. About dynamic. Dynamic.
Dynamic. There you go. Dynamic force spur change. Ah, there's spur. I just gotta refine change. Because I know change was on the tapestries, right? Pretty sure. There's change. Yeah, it's the Apple thing. Yeah. Okay, so dynamic forces per change. So we start with dynamic, which is a very interesting symbol. Yep, dynamic force, which is this. So there's force. Spur. Alright, there you go. Which I think has this bit here. And then we've got this circle. That bit. Spur. Change to Apple. That should be all of them, right? Huh. So then the question is, do I have them in the wrong order? Should it start from the top and rotate around? I guess we'll try. But I do think it goes in that order internally. But I think it might start up here and then move here and then here. So we'll try that. Because these words are definitely the ones that we're looking for, right? Nature, encourage, mutual dependence. That's the first one, right? Or no, that was the second. Energy powers future motion. Energy power future motion. I mean, we can't just kind of... Whoop. Curly Q on the left. Is that? Yeah. Energy. Power. Future. Wait a minute. Energy, power, future, motion of the ocean. really feel like they're supposed to glow if you get it right. So I don't know, maybe it starts down here? I don't know, we'll put them all at energy, power, future, motion and see what happens, I guess. Let's just clear this out. I really wish there was like a clear button so I could just clear it all out. Energy. Curlicue. Oh, a little bit more curlicue. Power. Oops. Yeah, that's power. Future. Oops. Future motion. Whoops, that was wrong. There. Huh. Does it need to start from the top then? And go energy, power, future, motion? Maybe? Guess we can try that. Energy. Power. Come on. Future. And then motion. Right, we got energy, power, future. Oh. Haha! There we go. We're onto something. Okay, so it starts at the top and rotates around. That's what we were missing. Okay, so now the second one was nature, encourage mutual dependence. Alright, well now we know what we gotta do. Just remove all of this. Get some clean slates in here. Come on. No. There. Okay. Nature, encourage mutual dependence. So I remember nature has this thing. I don't remember exactly. I think that's nature. Yes. Yes. Nature, encourage mutual dependence. Encourage. Oh, there it is. Encourage is like these. Courage. Mutual. Mutual. Where are you? Mutual. There it is. Ah, yes, it's like the little DNA splicey thing. And then dependence. Strange. Nature, encourage, mutual dependence. That's nature. Right? Oh! That's why. It's not a 4-leaf, it's a 3-leaf. Haha! Done. Next. Where was it? Dynamic force spur change. Dynamic force spur change. Dynamic. Remember, there's spur, there's force, there's change, there's dynamic. Wait, there it is. It's this one. Dynamic force spur and change the apple of change. Yeah! Woohoo! Look at that. We did a thing. We'll go ahead and save after all of that. All that work. Pentagon here. So, get this little gondola ride here. Doesn't look like it can go very far. Yeah, look at that. Like, world doesn't look too great. A book. Tamana. Also more words, by the way. So, I'm gonna show you a bad end. Let's get out of here! Woo! Hey, Atris! I've returned, and there's some things you need to know. See, there's this crazy man called Savedro, or Savedro. He really doesn't like you or your sons, because your sons kind of did terrible things. But yeah, so hi.
You've returned. Atris, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following and thought.
You've returned. Where's Relisha?
Well. So, you failed to save Elysian. But hey, we found out the reason why Atreus didn't follow is because the linking book burned. Yeah, Savidro, guess what? Books burn. And if you set a fire right next to where the linking book's gonna drop, it's entirely very possible that Atreus will not be able to follow you. And then you'll just be trapped there. In Narayan. Forever. Holding Relation. And Atreus will be like, my book. And you'll be like, my people, where's Atreus? Why doesn't he come after me? But yeah, so I'm just gonna load. Okay. I'm not gonna continue from there. Alright, so, oh yeah, we will take the book though. Now we've got a way out. We just don't want to use it yet. Because, yeah, those, that door, once open, does not just close. But yeah, you do get access to more words. And of course the book that leads out. So now, you gotta figure out. So first off, you switch power. And suddenly that bubble's back. That shield is back. But the outer shield, we need to figure out how to take down. So, that is involved in this. We need 4 words. Just 4 more words.
Catherine surprised me today. Apparently, while I was off visiting my ages, she linked to Mist by herself. She did not say so, but I could tell that her visit had been painful. More than ever now, I'm convinced we must find a place to begin again ourselves. Perhaps when I have written this new age for the Denis, I will put some thought into where Catherine and I might live. I cannot believe I did not see it before. All this time I've been struggling to describe the perfect age for the Denis. I have considered and then rejected several underlying concepts which I felt might best set the course for their future, as if I alone should determine how Denis civilization will grow. In my own way, I have become as egotistical as my father. In truth, I owe this realization to Catherine. Sensing my indecision about the new age, she led me on a walk around Denis. Salvaging efforts were well underway, with teams of people scouring the ruined harbor district. As I watched my Denis kinsmen deciding which parts of their culture to retain, I realized they do not need me to determine their future. They are quite capable of setting its course by themselves, regardless of what age I write. This realization has opened my eyes to the best way of approaching my task. I no longer need to worry about which underlying concept, energy, nature, or dynamic forces I should make prevalent in the age. Rather, I must strive to include them all. I must write a balance of systems into the descriptive book, enough so that the Denis people will constantly be challenged to attain their ultimate potential, as grandmother often pointed out to me when we spoke about ages back on Mist. Balanced systems stimulate civilizations. At last I feel I am ready to begin writing this age. Indeed, I am eager to begin, and have already come up with the perfect name. I know grandmother would have loved it. Of course, Catherine could tell the moment I turned to her that I had finally found my starting point. I babbled on excitedly for some time before I noticed the smile she was hiding. When I saw it enough to grow suspicious, she handed me one of my oldest age books. She must have picked it up when she linked back to Mist. Seeing the name Jinanin emblazoned on the book cover, I could only shake my head. The one age I never got around to revisiting was the one that might have helped me the most. How foolish was I to have completely forgotten it. I think, after I have finished this work, I should take one final trip, if only to help restore an old fool's memories.
Perhaps you should have taken that trip, Atreus. Perhaps you should have taken that trip sooner. But yeah. Now, one thing that I find a bit odd about this here puzzle is that all the clues come from current Atreus, right? Current Atreus thinking about how to write Relation. And yet somehow, he had already thought about these, or thought up these words to be the solution to a puzzle that he made way back when his children were still pretty young, which is years ago. He came up with these words being the solution to this puzzle. There's a little bit of a plot hole there, but aside from that, it's neat to, you gotta read the book to find those bold words, to figure out which words you gotta match to the symbols to use in these devices. So it's a neat concept, just not quite properly implemented. But anyways, balanced. So balance, system, stimulate, civilization. I remember seeing balance. It was like a yin yang thing. Where is it? Balance. Oh no, it's not. I mean, it kind of is. It's like a half of. All right. Balance, system, stimulate, civilization. So we got balance here. System. Found civilization. Music. Oh, here it is. There's system. System. So we got balance, system. I just need stimulate. There it is, stimulate. Okay. So. Balance. System is, wait a minute. It's like that, and it's got these little leaves on the other side. System. Stimulate. It's got that. Civilization. Civilization I really like the look of. You'll see. It looks real neat. It's got this kind of curly Q, kind of a tree design. And there we go. Puzzle complete. The outer shield has been removed.
Oh my god.
Hi.
They're alive? How did you...
I just activated the thing.
Force.
The fourth symbol. And this is where he finds out
I still have something that he wants.
Uh-huh.
Something that he sent you to bring back for him. Release him. Drop the outer barrier when I'm out by the gondola. Switch the shield so the outer barrier is open. And in return, I'll give up relation.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
All right. Now, there are quite a few alternate endings. We'll just name this ending. And this is kind of the point where you've got to make a decision. But I'm going to try to show them off. I'm going to show off all the ones that I know of. That's what I'm going to do, okay? So first off, hi. Hello.
What are you doing? Go back inside and drop the outer barrier.
Uh-huh.
Do it. I swear I will drop this into oblivion.
Maybe don't do that, though? I don't think you're going to do it. You won't do it.
What
You won't.
are you waiting for?
You won't do it.
Drop the outer shield or I swear I will let go of this book.
Nah, you won't do it. No! Ah! All right. Oh, there. I was like, where did it go? Where did it go? It's in alphabetical order, really? Don't like that, but okay. So, next, we'll just do as he asks. Yeah. I did it.
Apparently, it's my turn to live up to my end of the bargain.
Please, book. I would. No! How could you do this, Samindra? Why? No! Relation is lost forever. Well, nothing left that we can do except say hello to our friend Atris without relation. Sorry, you gotta write a new book, I guess. But hey, it'll be easier the second time around, right? Right, Atris?
By the Maker, you've returned. Atris, come quick. The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following and thought.
Returned. And where's Relishan? Did you bring back the book?
Well,
All those
it's
people. Everything we worked so hard to restore.
Atris.
Without that book, they're lost to us forever.
So the Dani are already in relation then. Yeah. Well, that sucks. Load. Okay, now this is a tricky trick that you gotta figure out. Remember how we turned on the power?
Oh
So he's having a mental breakdown. This is not good for his mental state. It's really not. So about that book.
Oh, God. No. Please don't do this to me. Not when my family could still be alive out there. Want the book? Here. I'll give you the book.
Thank you.
Just... Please. Please. Don't do this.
Uh-huh.
Please. I can't do this again. Please don't leave me trapped here like this. I can't! No! No! No, no, no! No, 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 no!
Now, I'm gonna save again, called ending 2. Just so we don't have to go through all, because the next steps have, or our next step has multiple options. So first option is to just say, this is a horrible, horrible choice. Anyone who would just do this and be like, yeah, this is the ending I want, you're a horrible person. This man has been through so much, and you're just gonna leave him trapped there, so close to seeing his family again, and you're just gonna dip? Bro.
You've returned. Atreus, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following the hole.
You've returned. But where's Relishan? Did you bring back the book?
Yeah, I got Relishan. Here you go.
Thank the Maker. It's fine. We're in your debt, my friend. If this book had been destroyed, everything we worked for, all the people of Relishan, would have been lost to us forever.
You must tell us everything.
So there's this sad, strange little man. He's currently trapped on Orion right now. And oh.
And so, as I once again set my pen...
There may not be a way to get back there.
It's true that Relishan has been returned to us unharmed. The age I wrote to provide a new beginning is secure. But I can't escape the facts of its return. Nothing I can do will change the past. The anguish of decisions that were made must be carried with me forever. But if I had been the one to face Savidro, if I had seen the life my sons destroyed so callously, would I have left him stranded without hope? Would I have sacrificed his dreams to claim my own?
It really makes you feel it. It's just like, would I have left him stranded there without hope? Would I have done such a terrible, horrible thing as you have done? So yeah, next option is to just turn the power back on. And here's the thing. It's still just set to that bubble. And now he's mad. And now he's really mad. And and there he is! So the real trick flip this. We're gonna get the good ending now, okay? It's time to actually end things. Here we go. And off he goes. To go hopefully see his family? We hope. See, look at all those lights out there. There's definitely people there. Hopefully, his family is there. And he gets to see his family. And that'd be wonderful. Because look at that. There's clearly a lot of people over there. It has been a few decades. As far as, or maybe a decade. It's been several years. I know that. But hopefully his family's still there and he gets to be reunited after such a long, horrible time alone. And now we get to go back to Atris with Relation. And it's a happy ending for all. And now we can tell Atris all about our adventure. And hope that he's learned some
By
things.
the Maker, you've returned. Atris, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following the
You've returned. But where's Relishan? Did you bring back the book?
Yeah, it's right here. Here you go. Key. Boop. That is one thing. Savitro would have had to figure out how to unlock that lock if he wanted to
We're in your debt, my friend.
wreck
This
the
book has been
place.
destroyed. Everything we worked for. All the people of Relishan have been lost to us forever.
You must tell us everything.
Oh, I'll tell you.
At last I can rejoice, for Relishan has been returned to me unharmed. The age I hoped would provide a new beginning still lives on. I'm sure that no danger shall befall it. And as I sit here writing in this journal, I rejoice to know that Narayan too is safe. The secrets of its past have been unlocked, and old wrongs have finally been righted. I know now that we can't escape the past, nor can we rewrite it, hoping to lessen our pain. The best we can hope for is to continue to learn, to take from the past only that which is good, and move on. Perhaps in the process, we will build a brighter future.
So that so that was Myth 3 Exile. Pretty good game. What?
Alicia.
But yeah, and this whole song is, I believe, in Narayan, in their language. Either that, or maybe it's Tani. I don't know. It's some language that was created for the World of Mist. And it's real neat that they made an entire song in this other language. And it obviously includes the names of the various ages, Narayan and Verletian, Amateria, Voltaic, what was it? Amateria, Voltaic, Idana, and Jananin. It includes those age names in its song. Yeah, real neat. I do think though that, I mean, it's a fairly short game, you know, about, if you know what you're doing, it'll take obviously about 4-ish hours. 4 to 5 hours if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then it's going to take longer to actually figure out what you're supposed to be doing to solve all these puzzles. But I guess that's kind of all puzzle games, right? It's going to take longer if you don't know what you're doing. But once you figure it out, then you can beat it a lot faster. But it's really neat. And I do think, though, that I wouldn't enjoy it quite as much if not for that main theme, that main song. That main song is so good. And it goes so hard. And I'm like, man, you really pulled out all the stops for this song. For Myst 3 Exile by Ubisoft, and Presto Studios? Yeah, Presto Studios. But Ubisoft gets 3 logos. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's a pretty neat game. I enjoy that they continued to have multiple endings, just like the previous 2 Myst games. And if you didn't know any better, you might have gotten that first bad end where you just do as Saavedro says and flip the switch, and then he just says, "See ya." You might have gotten that ending and gone, well, I guess that's how the game ends. Huh. That's kind of a not a very happy ending. Huh. But if you then dig a bit more, you're like, oh, wait a minute. There are other things I can do. Other switches that I can flip. I can just flip off the entire power and all the shields go up. And then we can haggle. And then there's more ending options. But yeah. And the fact that it's not multiple endings where it's just different ways you can die, and then the one way that you can not die and actually end the game. It's multiple ways that the game can actually end, where you're still alive. It's just, you know, not successful, but man, are you a terrible person. And then successful and you did good. Everybody's happy. You know? It's nice. And then there's a way where multiple people die. Not just you, but Atris and Catherine too. So yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. I'm not sure which game that I would personally put as my favorite Myst game. It's definitely between Myst 3 and Riven. Like, the original Myst is good. It's good. It's a nice game, and I'm glad that it exists so that the other two can then exist. But I do prefer Riven and Exile over Myst, the original. And I'm not sure which I like more. I think probably Riven I would put above Exile, only because I think one of the reasons that I like Exile so much is that main theme that is so good, goes so hard. But yeah, that will be it for today. We are now done with that Myst trilogy. I do not think I will be playing the other Myst games on stream, at least not for a while. I have played Uru a long time ago. Let me see, what was it? Because I've heard that there's 2 Urus. Let me get for you the correct one, the one that I've done. Uru Complete Chronicles. That's the one that I've played. I hear there is also an MMO Uru that is better, but that one, I played it and it was rough. It was rough. The controls are rough. It's also like a really big departure from the other Myst games in that it is fully 3D, which the remakes are 3D, but those are, remakes later on. Anyways, Uru is 3D and it's both first person and third person. You can switch between the views whenever you want. You make your own character in like a little character creator. It's not very fleshed out, but it was early 2000s, I believe, is when it came out. So early 2000s character creator, you get a few options for this and that, and it was very odd. I'll be honest, I had to look up a guide when I played through it. The puzzles are they are quite the stretch of the imagination of what you need to do to solve these puzzles, especially because there are like a bunch of ages that you have to like link. You gotta link to an age, and each age has multiple like checkpoint type spots, and so you get multiple books for each age for different areas of that age, and there's a lot of linking between the different books of that age and then linking to another age in order to get another thing to then go back to that age and do another thing. And there's a lot of like going back and forth and whatnot. And then there's the fact that because it's a really old game, as I mentioned on, I think it was last Exile stream, it's got some interesting programming in it that is not future-proofed at all, and the game kind of, it's uncapped. It runs at like thousands of frames per second on a modern computer. It runs real fast, and the issue with that is there's one point in the game where you're on a moving platform that's rotating around, and you've got to be out at the edge of it, and you've got to jump from that rotating platform down to the top of this big stone pillar. And that jump is normally perfectly survivable. There's no issues. However, on a modern computer, one of two things happens. It has been a couple of years, so my memory is a bit fuzzy. I can't remember if it's you land on the top of that pillar and you instantly die because of all the fall damage, because you're moving so fast. And it's specifically, like, that fall, if you weren't on a moving platform, wouldn't be an issue. Even with the game's funky frames-ish thing. However, because the platform you are on is moving, that means you're moving laterally really fast, faster than you normally would be, and you're falling a decent distance. And so those two combined with the fact that frame, your I guess movement speed, not your like visible movement speed, but I guess the game's like internal how fast you are moving is linked to the frame rate. So you die. It's either that or you just fall through the pillar. You just clip straight through it and hit a death plane, like a death field down below. Because you're just moving so fast that you clip through the stone and you fall to your death. And the only way to get around that is to somehow limit the frame rate of the game. The game itself does not have any options for this. The way I had to do it is I had to download a program that is its main purpose is to record footage of whatever's on your screen. Usually, I think way back in the day, it would be, like, it's an old program as well. It would be used to record, like, Let's Plays and whatnot. A feature of that program is that it allows you to set the frame rate of your, like, video capture, your screen capture. And that also, at the same time, limits the frame rate of the game. With that workaround, you can limit the frame rate down to, like, I think it needs to be around 30 frames in order to survive the jump. It's wild. So you have to start recording, make your jump, and then you can stop recording and you'll be fine for the rest of the game. That's the one thing, the one point where you gotta do this weird workaround with another program to limit the frame rate of the game. That's the only time that ever comes up, and it's wild to me. But yeah, so with that jankiness combined with the fact that the puzzles are wild to try and solve, and I don't know, when I played it, I didn't find it to be all that fun. Like, I didn't really enjoy it. I did still have this feeling that I need to beat this game. I need to get to the end. I don't know why I still felt that need, but at the same time, I wasn't really having fun playing the game. So I don't think I'm going to stream that game, regardless. And I've not heard nice things about Myst 4 and 5. I think those were made by a different company, I want to say. I have not played them myself. And so the fact that I've never played them, so I don't even know if I would enjoy them, coupled with the fact that I've heard they're not good games, I'm not sure I'll stream them. So I think this will be it for Myst games, at least for a while. Maybe I'll check out Myst 4 and 5 someday on stream. But let me just take a quick look, because I think they were made by... Oh, no. Myst 4 does say developer Ubisoft Montreal and publisher Cyan Worlds. So maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it was a different team, like within the company. Because in Myst 5 is Cyan World's developer and publisher. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day. Who knows? Regardless, that will be it for today. And then on Saturday, I'll be playing more Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail expansion. On Monday, I'll be continuing Elden Ring, the Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC. And then I think next Wednesday, I'll start playing Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder, which is a Metroidvania type of game. It's a new game that came out last month. It's like, I believe, mid-July-ish. And it looks pretty neat, I gotta say. So, look forward to that. It's, here, let me put... It's made by Metamorphosis Games, is the developer, published by Fireshine Games. And yeah, says it fuses tight 2D platforming and exhilarating combat with an engrossing, twist-laden narrative in a stunningly handcrafted steampunk world. Should be pretty fun. So that'll be next Wednesday, and should continue to be my Wednesday streams from then forward. Regardless, though, be kind to yourself, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next mission. Bye-bye.